Right, with good news
Yay,
this morning.
finally nothing horrible. God, it's been hard the last 3 weeks. I've been in here going, God, it's going to get worse and worse. And finally, Saturday night, oh, thank God, Mercury finally resumed its forward motion. And it stopped at the 13 degree of Aries mark. So I thought I'd go through all 12 signs and they can see where they will begin to straighten those communications out. So
Okay.
we are in the sign of Taurus. So Taurus, I think of all the signs, has struggled the worst with Mercury being retrograde. It's in their 12th house, and they haven't been able to say anything or do anything, and they felt alone, and they felt isolated, and they felt that the whole world was against them. And that begins, and I got to tell you, some of the world was against them. That wasn't a paranoid feeling. They had good reason, good cause to feel that way. And now, over the next 25 days or so, they learned what they need to do, and they are ready to go ahead and do it. And they've been very quiet for the last 3 or 4 months, or 3 or 4 weeks, and that's over. And they actually get some help from behind the scenes. Somebody younger than them actually lends them a hand, which surprises them tremendously.
Oh, good.
So they'll feel a lot better about that. For Geminis, it really hasn't been that bad for them. It's in their 11th house of hopes, wishes, goals, and objectives, and some sort of team effort, some sort of group effort. Actually, they quit squabbling among themselves, because that's what's like, much like NATO. They've been squabbling among themselves, and now they finally, over the next 2 weeks or so, get everybody on the same page and moving forward for this team or group effort. For Cancers, they find out their professional fate one way or the other. It's sort of been, there's some sort of matter pending, and it could have gone either way for the Cancer, and the Cancer really didn't have any ability to impact it. And at least they find out what their fate is over the next 2 weeks or so. And instead of talking about leading, they should actually do the leading. For Leos, great time. All the little things that they've been putting in, they've been gathering up all their resources for either a legal matter, an educational matter, or dealing with some sort of contract or negotiation on a big scale rather than a small scale. And it's like they've been biding their time, getting all of their information. That information is intact, and now they can go forward with it. So over the next 3 weeks or so, they bring some sort of legal contract matter to a conclusion. That works great for the Leo.
Cool.
So that's good news for them. For Virgos, other people's resources, they've been spending money like drunken sailors. Virgo have had unanticipated expenses, all kinds of problems regarding finances. And finally, money starts flowing to them rather than away from them. The huge spending ends, and they can begin to rehabilitate their sorely tested finances. So Linda will be happy about that. For Libras, it is in their 7th house of partners, and Libras are going to be asked to step up. They're going to be given more work, more opportunity, and more recognition, and hopefully, because the sun is in Taurus, more money to go along with that. So it's more high-profile stuff for these two guys. Are you laughing at the not a chance for more money? Actually, it should actually occur. For Scorpios, it is in their 6th house of work. Their job expands, and this is a job they've been doing for the last 3 or 4 weeks anyway. They've been doing it because it needed to be done, and now they find out that they actually get the job, and hopefully there's some remuneration to go along with it, which is cool for Scorpio. For Sagittarians, it's the time to be a Sag. They've just had a good time.
Good time.
They really have had fun. And some kind of new creative venture, some new child of their mind comes to be over the next 3 weeks or so. They've been trying to give birth to it for the last month, and actually it begins to go forward for them. For Capricorns, it is in their 4th house of home, and they get to the bottom of some problem that has been holding them back at home, and they either remodel their home, refurbish their home, get their home environment together so they can go back out into the world. But it's a matter of really laying down a solid foundation at home. Aquarians are all over the place. They've got places to go, people to see, things to do, contracts, negotiations, lots of stuff on their plate, and everything that's been pending all hits at once for them. So it's going to be hard for them to stay ahead of the power curve because they have so much that is going on at once. For Pisces, they also stopped spending as much money as they had been. Where Virgo had unanticipated expenses, Pisces had anticipated expenses. They also get the opportunity to make more money, which is good for them through their words, through their own efforts. For Aries, Mercury's in their 1st house of their physical self, and it's about them. It's about them, it's about their personal relationships, it's about Aries advancing their own interests. And they have been trying like crazy to do that for the last 2 months or so, and they've got a lot of ambitious plans, but now over the next 2 or 3 weeks or so, they actually get to promote their own agenda. So it's tomorrow's news today for the 12 signs of the Zodiac, and I got to say 2 things. Thanks to my friend Missy Davis for tickets to the fabulous Lightning game, because I actually got to watch them win. And then I got to say ups to Tampa PD, because those guys are amazing at emptying out that stadium, much better than any other place, better than the Rays. We were in and out of there in 7 minutes from the time the game ended till the time we got on the interstate. And I know that Stampede that does it. I just wanted to...
They do a heck of a job.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, they do.
You know, after getting stuck in a Rays parking lot for an hour to be home.
Well, let's see if we can get more of those home games that we can enjoy.
I think so, because I think they're going to do it. I really do. I got all the faith in the world in the Lightning, so...
All right.
You guys rock.
Great news. We'll have Janet posted up on our
Yay.
website in case you missed anything in just a little bit. Thank you, my dear. We'll see you next
Always
Wednesday.
a pleasure. Thanks.